Good afternoon. I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins. Today is Monday, November 17th, and this is our weekly media briefing. We're going to start today and talk about the HEAP program. That is our energy assistance program. Today I stand with Governor Kathy Hochul and Congressman Paul Tonko in urging the Trump administration to immediately release the $400 million in federal heating assistance that 1.5 million New Yorkers are depending on as we head into the coldest months of the year. Today and over the weekend, with some of the coldest days that we had, right now we have a wind chill that's bringing us under 30 degrees. So making sure that everyone has this opportunity to have the assistance that those 1.5 million people do have in the state of New York. No family should have to choose between paying their energy bills and putting food on the table. And this delay is more than a bureaucratic setback. It's a real threat to the safety and well-being of our most vulnerable residents, including children, seniors, and people with disabilities. So this is something that's critically important, and we're urging the Trump administration to immediately release that $400 million in federal heating assistance. We're also encouraging every eligible household to enroll in the New York Energy Assistance Program, which provides monthly support on utility bills. It's beyond time to release these funds and honor the commitment to the people that need this assistance the most. And again, it's Governor Hochul, Congressman Tonko calling on the Trump administration, and we're joining them to immediately release $400 million. We're going to continue on in this holiday mode that we are having here today and talk about the changes in our Beeline service. So we have our program coordinator for the Beeline, Heather Reynes, is here. So Heather, come on up and give us this new information that everyone's so excited to hear.
Thank you so much. Great. We're excited to announce for the first time ever, the Beeline bus system will be operating on Thanksgiving and Christmas Day. On Thursday, November 27th and Thursday, December 25th, the Beeline will operate on a Sunday schedule for both fixed route and paratransit riders. This new service aims to provide greater flexibility for workers, travelers, and families who rely on the Beeline to get around during the holiday season. We want to thank our operators and staff for making this service possible. Riders can view schedules online at www.westchestergov.com/Beeline bus or call the Information Center at 914-813-7777 Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. or weekends and holidays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Thank you and happy holidays.
All right, Heather. Oh, thank you. That is great news. It's the first time we've done that, and again, we want to give that shout out to our friends that have made this happen, both at Liberty Lines and the professionals in the Beeline paratransit system that are doing that. This is something people have asked for a while, to make sure that on a holiday like Thanksgiving and Christmas Day, that the folks that rely on the public transit system, especially those in paratransit, will be able to take advantage and be able to do that. It's a Sunday schedule, but make sure that you check that information out. And again, it is very, very important that we are making this service available to all of our riders this year. Thank you, Heather, and the entire team at DPWT for making sure that happens. Up next, we're going to have our Commissioner of Health, Dr. Shalita Amler, and Dr. Manisha Holmes to come up and talk about, who's our section chief regarding epilepsy and an associate professor, by the way, at the Department of Neurology at WMC Health, New York Medical College, to talk about Epilepsy Awareness Month. Dr. A.
Thank you. Thank you, County Executive Jenkins. I'm pleased to introduce my esteemed colleague, Dr. Manisha Holmes, the Section Chief of Epilepsy at Westchester Medical Center, and an Associate Professor in the Department of Neurology at New York Medical College. As you may know, November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. This is a fitting moment to learn more about the signs and symptoms of this seizure-related neurological condition, and to highlight the resources available here in Westchester County for the treatment and support. Dr. Holmes had noted that recent advances in epilepsy care are offering new hope and greater independence to many people who are living with this common condition. Dr. Holmes is both a dedicated clinician and an accomplished educator whose experience has been shaped by years of research and hands-on clinical practice. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Holmes to share guidance on what bystanders can do to help someone who is experiencing a seizure and to discuss the comprehensive care resources available in our county. Dr. Holmes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to speak today. So I'm Dr. Manisha Holmes, Section Chief of Epilepsy at Westchester Medical Center. November is Epilepsy Awareness Month, as you heard, and I want to use this time to highlight why epilepsy is an important public health issue for Westchester County and what we can do together to improve safety, early recognition, and access to care. So epilepsy is one of the most common neurological conditions, and about 1 in 26 people will develop it in their lifetime, with 1% of the population having active epilepsy. In Westchester County, that translates to thousands of residents living with seizures or seizure-related symptoms. Despite this, epilepsy remains highly misunderstood. Many residents don't know what a seizure looks like, what to do in an emergency, or when to seek specialty care. Most people think of a seizure as a dramatic convulsion, but seizures can look very different. A person may suddenly lose awareness or stop responding, continue speaking or moving without full consciousness, or appear to stare or repeat movements briefly. These events are often missed or mistaken for inattention or behavioral issues. Why does early diagnosis and treatment matter? Well, epilepsy is treatable. About 2/3 of people will achieve good seizure control with medication. And for those who do not, we now have a full range of advanced treatment options, including minimally invasive laser surgery, neuromodulation devices, and specialized care pathways that can dramatically improve quality of life. But many individuals go years without the right diagnosis or without being connected to a specialist. That delay increases the risk of injury, loss of independence, and in rare cases, sudden unexpected death in epilepsy. One of the most impactful public health steps is basic seizure safety. Most seizures are not medical emergencies, and simple, accurate responses from bystanders prevent harm. There are 3 key steps for any resident to know. Stay with the person and keep them safe. Turn them on their side if possible. Time the seizure and call 911 only if it lasts greater than 5 minutes, repeats, or causes trouble breathing. These actions reduce injuries and unnecessary emergency responses and empower families, schools, and workplaces to respond safely. Resources like the Epilepsy Foundation provide public-facing seizure first aid materials and short training modules for staff, community partners, schools, and first responders. Westchester Medical Center is the region's only academic hospital and serves as a Level 4 epilepsy center, the highest designation for comprehensive care for both adults and children with epilepsy. We can provide 24/7 inpatient and emergency epilepsy care, advanced diagnostic testing, including long-term EEG monitoring, surgical and neuromodulation treatments, specialized outpatient care for women with epilepsy, rare syndromes and adolescents, and telehealth visits for residents with transportation or mobility challenges. Our goal is that no resident of the Hudson Valley should have to leave the region to receive high-level epilepsy care. You and your family can help amplify epilepsy awareness by sharing first aid seizure materials with your family and friends, highlighting November as Epilepsy Awareness Month in your workplace or school, support epilepsy awareness events in the community, and encourage your family members or friends with epilepsy to seek medical care early when seizure freedom is not achieved or side effects are present. Epilepsy affects residents of every age and background, but with awareness, early recognition, and access to specialized care, we can prevent harm, reduce stigma, and help our neighbors live seizure-free lives. Thank you for your time and your partnership in improving public health for the Westchester community. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Holmes. All right, and certainly that was Dr. Manisha Holmes, the Section Chief of Epilepsy and an Associate Professor in the Department of Neurology at WMC Health and at New York Medical College, and we thank her and Dr. Amler for reminding us that November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. So with that, we're going to ask our Department of Social Services to come up. And today, finally, we're going to highlight the Westchester County's annual holiday gift drive. And hobbling over to us, because she's a trooper and continues to do this work together, is Barbara Sabatier. Let me grab that for you. And be able to talk about this. This beloved initiative collects gifts to brighten the holidays from now until December 15th. And this is for children in our foster care and homeless systems. We encourage everyone to take part of spreading the joy during this season. For the child, and the joy of excitement of receiving a holiday gift is more than just getting a new toy. It sends a message of love. And that message of love has been led by Barbara and for her team for the inception of this program. She'll tell us how many years it is if she wants to let us all know. But the reality is that Barbara's heart and her heart of her colleagues has been the thing that has pushed this program forward. And for over 20 years, Westchester County Department of Social Services has sponsored this holiday gift job, the Brain Trust, and labor of love for Barbara. So at this time, let me turn it over to her and let her go and let her know what's going on. And yes, we had a broken foot. That was a new thing that happened. You want me to hold those for you?
You can have these, thanks. I can balance. So I want to thank everybody who is here today and tell you about the gift drive. 20 years ago, I began the gift drive, and it was a labor of love. I was a CPS worker, and I had seen some very empty homes. So at the time, I asked my commissioner if we could start this, and we did. And it's been 20 years of coming here and asking for the community to reach out and remember its most vulnerable members. We have over 1,000 children that we provide services for in child welfare and homeless services. And one of our big population is our teenage services. Everybody hears toys and they think of the little kids. And the teenagers are a pretty big group, and I want to tell you, it's difficult because I have some teenagers at home and a lot of people just forget them. So we always like to, talk about them. We are also always grateful for people who will send in any financial donations. What we do is we send it into, change it into gift cards. Gift cards are a great thing, especially for the teenagers, because they're able to buy something that they love, something that they want. It's really exciting when you see the community get involved, and I've had Girl Scout troops, Boy Scout troops, I've had church leaders, and one of the best things that we've had is actually, last year we had this great partnership with our youth bureau, and the director, Ernest, will come up and talk to you in a couple of minutes. But I just want to point out that we have 6 drop boxes. We have them in Mount Vernon at our district office, 100 East 1st Street. We have Yonkers, 131 Woolburn Avenue. We have Peekskill, 750 Washington Avenue. We have 85 Court Street. We have 112 East Post Road, and we have this county office building. You can also, if I'm talking too quickly, and I do apologize, go onto the website. All this information is on the website where you can donate, where you can participate. If you have a group that needs to do some community service, please do not hesitate to reach out to us and help us. We want to make sure that we can brighten some children's days, and I want to just say that we will be more than happy to even pick up some stuff afterwards, because what we try to do is just make sure that we could serve as many children as possible. And one of the things that we were able to do last year, and I want to bring up Ernest McFadden from our Department of, I'm sorry, I just drew this slide, from our Youth Bureau, because he partnered with us, and it's such a great partnership for him to come up here and talk a little bit about what he will be doing to help us with our teenage group.
Thank you very much. Good.
Oh, I got it, thank you.
Give her extra legs. Good afternoon. My name is Ernest McFadden, Executive Director with the Westchester County Youth Bureau. in the county, as you heard, Barbara Sabater has been Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, because you can't think about the holiday season for the Department of Social Service without thinking about Barbara. As we enter the holiday season, it's important to remember that not everyone has the same opportunity to celebrate, experience the joy and warmth that comes along with Christmas. That is why, for the second year, the Westchester County Youth Bureau, our Youth Advisory Board, our Empowerment for Change, and I'm proud to say our local My Brother's Keeper, which spans across 8 different school districts in Westchester. We were so moved by last year's engagement where young people went out and requested, purchased extra donations for those that's less fortunate. So we're pleased to be a part of the Department of Social Services annual holiday drive again this year. I gotta say, my local MBK community are very competitive. Last year, I think we donated about 350 items. Immediately, one of the MBK partners said, well, Ernest, we're gonna double that this year. So I'm gonna hold them to it. One of the things we will do, as Barbara shared, is that it's always good finding toys for the younger kids. It's that 12 to 17 middle school and high school kids that's the most difficult because they want the electronic, they want the high-end sneakers. We're not gonna give them that, but what we will do is push our efforts to provide gift cards, items that's much more meaningful to them. One of the things that we're doing with our MBK partners in their respective school districts, I've asked them to do sort of some survey of young people in their school, what are some of the wish lists that they would be able to have for them. So with that in mind, we're going to continue to support Barbara and Leonard Towns, the commissioner, for this amazing efforts. In addition to our formal and informal services that we offer to young people, this is an opportunity to teach young people in our program around gratitude, giving of others. And I got to say, one young man that spoke last year spoke highly about it. He says, you know, I've always been so used to receiving gifts. For this year, I got a chance to give a gift, and it means a whole lot more. So I will join Barbara and the Department of Social Service and say, come join us. There are young people in our county who can't afford things that we take for granted for the holidays. And again, we encourage you and count on the Youth Bureau and our partners in this endeavor.
And I gotta apologize, one of the things I did forget to, 2 things I forgot to mention. My phone number for any questions is 995-1937, and please, new items, nothing violent, and no stuffed animals. So anything fair game. If you have too many toys and you need a pickup, we can make that arrangement too. But we really appreciate it because the reality of the situation, as Ernest pointed out, is a lot of us take for granted everything we have. And sometimes it's that one memory. Think back to your childhood, that one memory, that one year you got that gift. So please think of us and think of how you feel, and you will feel better, I promise you.
Thank you.
So to kick things off, we're not going to have Barbara sit down just yet. We're going to ask, and I know I saw the Deputy County Executive and certainly Legislator Tubiolo's down here, and since Commissioner Amler and Dr. Holmes are here, you come up as well. We're going to put the first gifts into the box right now. Legislator Tubiolo, please come. All right, right. You want to hold or just? Mr. Deputy County Executive, if you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Is-
What I always want.
Give it to Dr. Holmes. All right, so let's put them in. They'll be the originators in there. Dr. Holmes, certainly. Ernest McFadden, Legislator Tubiolo, Dr. Amler, and we're going to put in for Barbara Sabatier, who's done just a fantastic job taking care of all this together, right? Right?
It's a hoodie.
It's a hoodie.
Teenager.
Hoodie, all right?
Great.
All right. It's Mr. Potato Head. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Right, we really appreciate that. Again, Barbara and the entire team that continues to do this, Ernest McFadden from the Youth Bureau and all of the team that has continued to do that. We'll ask everyone to sit down while we're getting everyone together for the next set of things that we have going on. I know we have coming up for us in our Albanian community, and certainly Barbara had on the right Albanian colors to make sure that things were working out right, that we'll have our Albanian flag raising. That'll happen on November 18th here on tomorrow at 2 p.m. So we're going to have that tomorrow at 2 p.m. For our Albanian community, for our Albanian heritage, right? So that's tomorrow. With that, we're going to turn over to the Deputy County Executive, who will let us know everything that's happening in Westchester in this exciting holiday time of the year.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Happy holidays to everyone. And of course, I'm delighted to share some of our parks activities that are taking place over the next week or so. On Friday, November 21st, there's going to be a November Fest at the Westchester's Winter Wonderland at Kensico Dam Plaza. This is a hugely successful event every year, and this year at Westchester's Winter Wonderland, a special 3-day opening weekend that includes a walk-through light show, winter market, and photo ops with Santa himself. Tree lighting is 6 p.m. Also, on Saturday, November 22nd, featuring the second annual Santa Run and a new mascot dash. And Sunday, November 23rd, there'll be live music for all to enjoy. And of course, the drive-through starts on Friday, November 28th. And then on Saturday, November 22nd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Holidays on the Hill decorating at the Lasden Public Gardens and Veterans Park Memorial in Katona. And it is a festive volunteer opportunity. Help make Lasden's Public Gardens festive for the holidays. Lights, ornaments, wreaths, garland, Santa's Cottage, Conservatory, North Pole Village, and much more. Sign up for one date or more to help make the gardens beautiful for the holidays. And then on Sunday, November 23rd, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., the New York Metro Reptile Expo is being held at the Westchester County Center. You can check out over 250 vendor tables full of reptiles, amphibians, invertebrates, supplies, and more. Me and the county executive are going to get there early for that event, no question about it. And then on Sunday, November 23rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the holiday gift market will be held at the Del Bello Muscoot Farm in Katona. More than 30 vendors will offer a wide range of unique gifts that promise to be perfect for everyone on your shopping list. Guests can enjoy holiday music, Layla's Crepe Station, free hot beverages, a raffle, and a complimentary gift wrapping station. And that is the events for this week.
Thank you, Mr. DC.
Okay.
As it was Richard Wisney, our Deputy County Executive, letting us know everything that's going on in nationally accredited and award-winning park system. Make sure you download the Parks app on your smartphone, whether you're at the Android Google Play Store or an iOS device in the App Store for Apple devices. To be able to see that, it also has discounts, has every one of the things that the Deputy County Executive will let you know about, but some more things that are happening. And again, it is that particular time of the year. One, it's getting colder. We're heading into our winter season. On holiday seasons, we're 2 weeks away from, less than 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving, and we had some things that we wanted to make sure to talk about today, including starting with Heather Rainiers from our Department of Public Works and Transportation, letting us know that on Thanksgiving Day, the Beeline will be operating on a Sunday schedule. It's the first time that's ever happened for us, and we thank all of our partners for Christmas and Thanksgiving to make sure that those folks that utilize public transportation are able to get around, which includes our paratransit system. Then we talked, certainly starting off with the HEAP program with Governor Hochul and Congressman Tonko to urge the Trump administration to release those dollars, followed by Dr. Shalita Amla coming up and introducing one of our colleagues that are outside from the Westchester WMC Health / New York Medical College, Dr. Manisha Holmes, who is the section chief of epilepsy and associate professor in the Department of Neurology. And the reality, again, this is Epilepsy Awareness Month, and gave some great tips for us to be able to continue to move forward with from WMC Health. So thank you, Dr. Holmes, for being here with us. And then we ended up speaking about our annual holiday gift drive. Certainly, Department Commissioner Leonard Towns is certainly participating right now with the County Board of Legislators. Legislator Tuiolo was able to sneak down, but he was not. He's presenting right now. The Department of Social Services, for all of you who don't realize, is Westchester County's largest department, number of employees, the actual dollars, and they take several hours to get through their budget presentation. And we know we missed the commissioner, but I know his heart continues to be behind every one of the people in the Department of Social Services. Barbara Sabater, who came up here even with her broken foot, because her labor of love has been making sure that this holiday gift drive continues to move forward. So right through December 15th at the six locations in the county office buildings, really the Department of Social Services around the county, but you certainly can look online. We have both Barbara's number and email address, and partnering with Ernest McFadden and our Youth Bureau Executive Director. And I heard them saying that they're going to double up the number of gifts that they got and received from last year. Specifically, again, everyone thinks when we say for children, everyone understands that, and they're really able to focus on that. But that includes folks that are up to 17 years old, up to 21 years old, right? So anyone that's in our system up to 21 years old, and the older the children get, the more expensive the gifts get. And again, we're not asking anyone to do any of that directly, but making sure that you can do contributions through various ways. Cash and check and that kind of thing, Venmo and check. We don't take cash, right? But to make sure to do those kind of things, to make sure that everyone has an enjoyable holiday season. And again, when we think about these kind of times that we're in right now, I was just fortunate just coming back from leading our Westchester delegation of elected officials and public officials on a study trip to Israel, to be able to see that and again to be able to contrast and see how people are trying to work and struggle through the challenges that they have. And they're trying to work it out and live together and make sure they're moving forward. Here in Westchester, we're going to continue to do the kind of things where we have our Department of Social Services doing that kind of holiday gift drive that they've been doing for 20 years for people that do not have the same level of support. They may be homeless, they may be in foster care systems, but at the end of the day, everyone needs to know that someone out there cares about them, and this is your opportunity to do that, Westchester. We know you're going to do that. And again, whether it's understanding more about epilepsy or any other things that we have going on, that's why Westchester is where we are today, and that's why we always like to think we're Bestchester. So again, thank you so much for watching today. I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins. We'll be back to you shortly with any additional information that we have.